As BRICS this year made its expansion in August, the Global South has become a hated word in international discussion. Meanwhile, as BRICS countries are promoting and implementing the policy of local currency settlements, more and more Western voices have shared their opinions about it. So today, we hereby invite Lady Chowdhury, the member of Indian BRICS Business Council, to hear Indian voice as one of BRICS countries. Thank you for making time for our interview, Ms. Chowdhury. And the topic of our dialogue is Global South working together to advance modernization. So how do you find it?
When you're looking at the Global South, these are all countries with, they have distinct identities, cultural identities, they have distinct political identities. Also, they are all interested in economic growth and sustainable development. So collectively, as they come together, they can create an alternative voice. And since BRICS was already formed, it makes it an easier platform to bring together countries from different continents who have the shared goal of improving the prosperity for their people. And with that agenda in mind, the Global South dialogue is actually very pertinent and very important.
When we mention Global South, the term South typically refers to the third world or some developing countries. But with the term Global South, does it imply something different? And how do you understand the essence of the Global South?
So I personally do not like the term third world anymore. I think it's, from a Western perspective, it was a third world was the nomenclature. But I think we are all emerging markets. We are all growing. Several of the countries in this group are growing at a very fast pace. China today is the second largest economy, but very close, right, on the heels of the United States. We've got India, which has, in the last decade, since we've seen our liberalization happened at least 20 years after the Chinese development started, and we are at number 5 in the GDP, and many other countries are really growing fast. So I think this is, and collectively, we are more than half of the world's population, right? Between all of the countries of the Global South, so there is a strong voice, and there is a strong shared sentiment that we want to grow, right? We want to improve the lives of our people. And we want to do it in our way, right? With our ideologies, our vision, our sovereign way of handling things. So I think it's a good platform, and I think that really is the essence of the Global South today. That it is about that constructive dialogue about governance. It's the constructive dialogue about the economic structures and the financial structures in the world. And it's the constructive dialogue about taking pride in our unique identities, which are very, very different from the traditional Western identities.
Thank you. This year has witnessed a notable acceleration in the trend of de-dollarization, driving the diversification of currency settlements in international trade. So, what are the primary factors contributing to the surge in de-dollarization?
Today, with dollar being the dominant currency in the market, and the Federal Reserve of the United States has been raising interest rates consistently. So it just means that for many of the countries, as they do trade and as they have international import and export across countries, the debt burden becomes higher. As the dollar increases, the value of that changes. The local currencies lose out. So there are several factors which have been playing. In the macroeconomic environment of the world, there are several geopolitical factors which are causing this thought about de-dollarization, and several countries have made their first steps in that direction. So, and I think the benefit will be for the individual countries in being able to manage their sovereign debts in a more controlled fashion.
How do you view the importance of BRICS countries and their trading partners using local currencies in conducting international trade? And what does this mean for protecting the interests of global South countries?
It has already started happening at a smaller scale. There have been, a lot of trade has happened in the yuan. A lot of trade has happened in the Russian, currency. The Indian rupee also has, we've got multiple bilateral agreements with multiple countries where, for example, some of the oil purchasing that we have done or other import-export that we have done has happened in rupee denominated terms, which is good because, we can have a multiple currencies rather than a single currency that is pegged, and each country then bilaterally can decide what they want to do. But it's these are slow things, and a dollar still continues to remain the dominant currency at the moment, and these are shifts that take a long period of time. So at the moment, it's an initial step.
Yes, as you said, de-dollarization is a slow process, but this trend can have significant implications for global financial markets and the international monetary system.